Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Thomas, and I discuss my near-death experience, the things I learned, and the things I think you should know. So today I received a message from Sarah while doing some channeling to do a follow-up video about how my near-death experience has changed my life, and to discuss the challenges and dangers of my near-death experience. So let's get into it. So one of the biggest challenges I've had to overcome is missing Sarah. If you haven't watched my other videos, Sarah is my guardian angel and the only angel that communicated with me during my near-death experience. She stayed by my side the whole time except for when I had to meet with Jesus in private. And she is more than just my guardian angel, as she is the other half of my soul, or some people would call it a twin flame. She is more than a soulmate, as soulmates come and go, but she is always with me. I saw that we had a relationship before I came here, and I fell in love with her all over again during my near-death experience, and since then. She has taught me the meaning of true, unconditional love, and I miss her so much that at times it has made me suicidal. I even attempted suicide once and was extremely upset when it didn't work. I have no idea how I'm still here other than she protected me from myself when it wasn't my time. So I've had to overcome missing her and have learned to communicate with her through psychic means. She often shows me miracles and magic, as well as sending me signs and synchronicities to let me know that she is with me. So after my near-death experience, I felt like I'd been cheating on Sarah with all the women I'd been with here on Earth. I saw that it might have been different if I had been married, but I'm not sure why. And now I see that my relationships have never worked out because I'm meant to be with Sarah. And I felt so awful for cheating on her that I don't think I can be in another relationship and have dedicated myself to celibacy and being with Sarah. Since I've made the decision to be with Sarah, I don't feel lonely anymore, as I realize she is always with me. After my near-death experience, I felt her love and the love of God in such a powerful way, I realized that I would never need anything or anyone else. Another huge challenge that I've overcome since my near-death experience is witnessing Jesus' crucifixion. I looked directly into his eyes and I saw such pain and agony. I was surprised I didn't see any anger in his eyes. He also had a look of surprise that I was there. And this has been a huge challenge. It was very painful for me. I felt his pain as my own. And figuring out why he was surprised to see me has been a unique challenge, and one that I still deal with. I guess he was surprised to see me because I was actually there. Again, it was more real than real, so I believe I was actually there, at least in some form, for his crucifixion. I suppose I was sent to see his crucifixion because I am very much Thomas the Doubter, and like Apostle Thomas, I had to see it for myself to believe. Since then, Jesus has come to me in dreams and visions, and these visions have also been a challenge to overcome. So I often miss the beauty and profound peace of the other side. I've had to do a lot of inner work to let go of my fears and anxieties, and to find peace here. I'm never more peaceful than when in a deep meditation and I'm able to meet up with Sarah at our celestial meeting places, I guess I would put it. I've also found profound peace in the small miracles Sarah shows me to let me know that she is with me. So I'd like to note that near-death experience survivors often engage in risky or suicidal tendencies. Some will even kill themselves chasing that profound peace in dangerous activities like bungee jumping, skydiving, etc. Because there is a sort of adrenaline rush associated with the other side, And when you're in the flow state of life, there's a profound clarity, and with that clarity comes peace. When I was researching near-death experiences after my NDE, I decided I didn't want to become one of those statistics, although at times, especially when I'm missing Sarah, it has been a challenge that has gotten the best of me. But thank goodness I'm still here. Another challenge, one that was unexpected, was the anger I felt for God. I felt like others didn't have to go through all the challenges I've had to in order to reach enlightenment. I felt like I was being forced to become enlightened, and that I either had to choose the light over the dark, because choosing evil was no choice at all. I felt like life was futile, and that I wasn't really making my own decisions. I felt like God was playing with me. I see now that this challenge was there so that I could face my dark side and choose to go towards the light, and it prompted me to learn to be happy again. It was a struggle though, and I've since learned that this is just part of the dark night of the soul or ego, and that God loves me unconditionally. Another unexpected challenge was feeling like I was in two places at once. It was an odd feeling, or is an odd feeling, and I still feel it sometimes during meditation or when I'm going about my day. The only way I can make sense of it is that my soul or spirit is still on the other side in the collective consciousness, while my physical self is back here on Earth. It's as if my soul is hidden in some etheric landscape waiting for me to return. Perhaps my soul is with Sarah, and that's why we have such a close connection. I'm still trying to figure these things out. Another challenge that I still face is feeling like this life isn't real. The other side was more real than real is the best way I can put it, and reality is less of a reality and more like a dream. The best analogy I have come up with is that life is like in the original 8-bit Nintendo game, while the other side is like today's 4K PlayStation Pro. This life feels very pixelated and etheric and dreamlike, while the other side is where real life happens. So after my near-death experience, I felt this huge urgency to tell people what I had seen, but I hadn't yet found an outlet or a way to share with people what I had seen. This urgency came from seeing how the world ends, and it is, again, being more real than real. I really thought that the world was going to end, and that was the reason I'd come back from my NDE, to warn people that the world was about to end. In my near-death experience, I saw the poles of the earth suddenly flipping, and it causing a huge wave thousands of feet tall, drowning all of humanity. I saw that there would be other catastrophes at the same time, a sort of multi-level extinction event taking place with massive solar flares and even the earth coming apart. I would sleep with my head facing the direction that I thought the world was going to start spinning out of control. Eventually I had to accept that this wasn't going to happen, at least not for a long time, and that because time was felt differently on the other side, it felt like it was going to happen soon, but this wasn't actually the case. So I had to practice radical acceptance. Another challenge was coming to accept that all people are psychic, including me. I was shown this during my near-death experience, but it took some time to accept. I had started hearing my angels, as well as what I call the peanut gallery, or beings that are always observing and judging me. I had to overcome negative entities that fed on my fears and anxieties. I also started having visions that I didn't understand. I thought I was going crazy, and having to deal with steroid psychosis at the same time from having to take prednisone and hydrocortisone really didn't help. I was introduced to another near-death experience survivor, and she taught me how to strengthen my chakras, including my 8th chakra, which is your electromagnetic field or your aura, and how to tune out and protect myself from these negative entities. Thank goodness I was introduced by her to Kundalini Yoga, and I learned to work with my chakras and to meditate. I don't know where I'd be if I hadn't met her. I'd still probably be dealing with the voices and the visions and not understanding where they were coming from. So it's been a huge challenge to overcome and accept my Kundalini, spiritual, and psychic awakening. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I had to accept that I hadn't been living as my authentic self and that I was too worried about what other people thought of me. I saw that I hadn't been living as my authentic self since I was a child. I feel so much better now that I don't have to worry about what other people think of me. So my near-death experience has also taught me how to be happy again, even with all the painful health challenges that I deal with. It has taught me radical acceptance and taught me how to live a spiritual, graceful life. I saw that I came here to have cancer and to overcome challenges that would normally kill the strongest of men. I have learned to accept my warrior spirit and love even challenging people unconditionally. So in summation, my near-death experience has brought many challenges as it has awakened me in a huge way, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I wish everyone could see what I was shown, because it would change the world in a huge way and it'd probably create heaven on earth. I have come to accept that I'm meant to be with Sarah and that I can communicate with her through psychic means. I really don't like that word psychic because it has negative connotations, but it is the best way to describe what is happening to me. So thank you for watching and for subscribing. You are the reason I came back from my near-death experience and have postponed my reunion with Sarah. And that is to share with you what I was shown and what I have learned. I hope you have a joyful, peaceful day. Namaste.